Hawks fans, all my Hawks fans. How y'all doing? Y'all know we have breaking news out of Atlanta today. In a shocker out of nowhere, the Atlanta Hawks have two new hires. I repeat, two new hires, and these guys are going to come in and they're going to be sitting right behind this gentleman that you're looking at right here. No, not me. It was Anze Sala. Y'all stop tripping. Welcome back to Hawks Digest, everyone. I am Chris Tip Moore. Take off your shoes and leave on your socks because, yes, we have something to get into. We have two major things to get into. And before we get into it, you know we got to do it. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed to Hawks Digest, making us one of your first listens when you need that Hawks content. And if this is your first time, if you're a first timer in Hawks Digest, please by all means make us one of your first listens and hit that subscribe button because we got the news that you need, that you deserve right here. But guys, let's get into this report. Now, as it was reported by Shams earlier today, the Atlanta Hawks and general manager Anze Sala finalized a deal to hire Pelicans assistant GM Bryson Graham as the senior VP of basketball operations. But not only that, they also hired former Philadelphia 76ers executive Peter Dinwiddie to be senior VP of strategy and analytics. Now, this is a big move for the Atlanta Hawks, a huge move for the Atlanta Hawks because it honestly lets me know that they believe in Anze Sala. Now, it doesn't mean that he's going to be the official president of basketball operations because the Atlanta Hawks still need one of those, as these two guys were hired up underneath Anze Sala, not to be above. So, the president of basketball operations is still open, but I wouldn't be mad if Anze Sala is still the guy. All right, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. We'll see what happens with that. But let me tell you guys a little bit more about our guys that we just picked up. All right, let's start with Mr. Dinwiddie. Now, Mr. Dinwiddie brings in over a decade of experience, notably in the Eastern Conference and, of course, with those Indiana Pacers and Philadelphia 76ers. He joined the Philadelphia 76ers in 2020 and was there until recently. So in Indiana, he was a key decision maker during some of their playoff contending years. Of course, in Philly, he was working under Daryl Morey, being able to help facilitate big names, James Harden, dealing with Embiid and his contract negotiations and everything, helping with Paul George coming in as well. So, I mean, my thing is the rosters were pretty complex and, so the money had to work. But this guy, he was right there under Daryl Morey, seeing what it takes to make these things work, seeing what can work, what cannot work, etc. Also, you got to think about it. Trade execution, operation strategy, cap management. These are all things that fall under the umbrella of Peter Dinwiddie from, doing some research on them, because I had to do research on both of these guys to see exactly who the Atlanta Hawks bringing in here to our team, right? Right, Hawks fans? We got to do that. So, as far as deals go, he knows how to help structure deals. Work the phones. We need somebody that's going to be on the horn to be able to facilitate deals, to be able to help, bring in outside help, like outside free agents. We need that. And when it comes to making the right trade at the right time, they're saying that Dinwiddie is your guy. Now, of course, we know it's not flashy. I wanted Bob Myers. I wanted, like the top name guys and stuff like that. But it seems like the Atlanta Hawks are prepared to do this by committee. And Dinwiddie, is going to be part of that front office engine. What do you mean by that? Because the engine also has another part that goes to it as well. This gentleman right here, Mr. Bryson Graham. Now, he actually has some raves coming out of New Orleans, honestly. This guy, he's a well-rounded guy. And honestly, you got to think about it too. He's been there for a while. This guy has been with this team for over 15 years, well over a decade. And he's seen a lot that happened behind the scenes with the New Orleans Pelicans. He's seen the Anthony Davis trade happen when they got Brandon Ingram back and everybody else. So they pretty much got a whole team back for AD. But he also is solely he's solely responsible for finding Herb Jones. That's one thing that when nobody else believed in Herb Jones, he's seen the talent in him. He's seen Dyson Daniels. He's seen Troy Murphy. You know, saying guys that either are still with the team or were with the team to help try to win games. His strength is scouting. If I haven't already indicated that from Herb Jones, you know him scouting Herb Jones and Dyson Daniels and the Troy Murphy. So scouting is his expertise. And honestly, he's got a keen eye for that talent. Defensive minded guy, high IQ players. I mean, he's the kind of exec that likes to find gems late in the draft, but he also just like to find little gems when people are not looking. He turns over that extra rock and finds that gem there. That is what we can expect from this young man. Hopefully. Now, so if the Hawks are serious about building through the draft, as they are, if you know, so by hiring Graham, he's a crucial piece and he's going to help fill in that gap. It's going to work, guys. I believe. I'm optimistic. I know at first I had to really just process it, and once I processed it, I was like, okay, now it's time to go do research. So when I did my research on these guys, and what my hypothesis and what I'm formulating here for you guys is, it's going to be a trio. You're going to have Ansi Sala, Peter Dinwiddie, and Bryson Graham. And this of course is if we don't have a president of basketball operations, because I'll get into a take about that briefly if you guys just give me a few seconds. Now Peter Dinwiddie, again, he's going to be the deal maker, the guy, you know what I'm saying, that's going to help work the phones like I said before. You got Bryson Graham, he's going to be the talent evaluator. He's going to be the guys who's going to be scouting some of these guys in the draft. Maybe some of our favorites like Yang, maybe some of our favorites like Raynard. You know, it's a few guys out there. Some people still like Quin. Regardless, this guy is a talent evaluator, and this guy is going to be one of those guys who's going to be doing that for you. Also, Anzi Sala, he's going to be almost like the architect, the strategist that is going to put it all together. And these guys are going to work as a trio, collectively, together to make the Atlanta Hawks hopefully the best team that it can be, and hopefully having consistency with from a winning standpoint in Atlanta, guys. Of course, like I said, Salah, he brings that vision, that cap strategy, and you know, of course, that business fluidity. He brings that. Dinwiddie, the execution, the structure, the trade experience. Graham, the scouting, the player development, draft board mastery. I mean, just all those different things are what we can expect, hopefully, again, from these gentlemen. But I'm optimistic about it. I am, because you think about it, when where one is weak, you will have another who is strong in that area. It's almost like iron sharpening iron. They don't have to overlap each other. All they have to do is enhance one another. And I believe, honestly, if Salah is the guy, because he was brought in, and I remember speaking to someone who used to work in the front office of, or at least not in the front office, but around the front office, as you know, I'm saying, somebody who was close to the action. He already told me when we brought in Anzi Sala, you guys just got a good guy. You guys got a smart guy. You guys have someone who has integrity, etc., etc. Of course, at that time, I was not with Hawks Digest, but at the same time, it's still valuable information then, and I believe now, because when he was brought in for Landry to help out with Landry Fields and the salary cap and everything, the writing was already on the wall, because it's not good to where you have to have another guy to come in to help with those things, you know. So this guy's an expert at those things, so that's why not only was he the assistant, he's already been promoted to the GM position right now. And again, basketball operations, we will see about that. But I am optimistic about this trio, making things work out for the Atlanta Hawks. Now, what are the last thoughts that I have about this is, it's a possibility with the president of basketball operations still out there, still as an option. Something that has to be taken in account is Danny Ferry used to work with the New Orleans Pelicans. So Bryson Graham has seen him before. They've worked together. They know each other. Could the Atlanta Hawks possibly be poising us all for the president of basketball operations to be Danny Ferry? Or are they just willing to run with Anzi Solid? Me personally, again, like I said, I think Anzi should get the job. I'm not mad if Anzi Solid is the guy who's doing double duty or just the head guy. See what he has. Just see what he has, because he's coming from some pedigree, like working under guys like Bob Myers. So bring him. You brought him in to help out. You feel like you like the guy. I think they like him a whole lot. So they're bringing in a team around him that's going to work with him to make his job easier as well. And of course, you still have the option of the president of basketball operations being yet another guy. So it's a possibility to go from this trio to a Fantastic Four, hopefully in Atlanta, to have that vision, to have that sustainability, because that's what we need in Atlanta. Long-term stability, long-term winning, contention, all that good stuff that comes with it. So that's my time, guys. But that is our two new hires, VP of Basketball Operations, Bryson Graham, and also the VP of Strategy and Analytics, Peter Dinwiddie. Until next time, guys, peace and blessings to you all, and to you all,